The label didn't hear a single jingle jangle till we got ourselves a girl who played the rock and roll triangle. B-sides, three-sides, better than...
Hey, 6th graders, Mrs. Simonson here. Tonight's lesson, 1.4, has us working with the angles of triangles. Our two objectives are to classify or name triangles by their angles, and the second objective is to use the angle sum theorem to find the missing angle measurements. So let's get started. So again, a triangle is a polygon of 3 sides and 3 angles. We already know the 3 names based on their sides, and tonight we'll focus on their angles. If a triangle has 3 acute angles, 3 angles that measure less than 90 degrees, we call it an acute triangle. If the triangle has 1 obtuse angle, 1 angle that is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, we call it an obtuse triangle. And if it has 1 angle that is a 90-degree angle, and remember we use the square to indicate a 90-degree angle, if it has 1 90-degree angle, we call it a right triangle. So I want you to sketch these 3 triangles in your math notebook and write their correct name based on their angles. Press play when you're ready to check your work. We have 2 new vocabulary words based on angles to add to the ever-growing list. The first one is interior angle. This is an angle inside a polygon. So in a triangle, it has 3 interior angles. An exterior angle is made when we extend any side of a polygon and create an angle outside of the polygon. So a triangle has many exterior angles depending on which side we'd want to extend. Now if we focus on the interior angles of a triangle, the sum of the 3 interior angles of a triangle always equal 180. That's an angle sums theorem. So let's say I have this triangle here, A, B, and C. If I were to add up the measurements of A, B, and C, it's going to indeed equal 180 degrees. Here's a video that helps illustrate how this is possible. We can use our understanding of interior and exterior angles, along with the angle sum theorem, to find missing measurements for angles. If I look here, I have angle A. It's an interior angle, and it partners with an exterior angle of 120. I notice that the 2 of them together make a straight angle. So if I think about it, angle A plus the exterior angle of 120 equal a straight angle, and a straight angle equals 180 degrees. Therefore, A needs to be 60 degrees. Well, now that I have 2 interior measurements for this triangle, 60 degrees and 90 degrees, I can apply the angle sums theorem. Angle A plus 90 degrees plus angle B, because those are the 3 interior angles of a triangle, have to equal 180. We just discovered that angle A is 60 degrees. We had already been given the 90-degree measurement. So 150 degrees plus B has to equal 180 degrees. B must be 30 degrees. Now I can use my interior and exterior understanding. Angle B, which is 30 degrees, is an interior angle. Its exterior angle is angle C, and together they are supplementary. They equal 180 degrees. So B plus C has to equal 180 degrees. We know that B is 30 degrees, so angle C has to be 150 degrees. I want you to use your math notebook to solve these three problems. You're going to use your understanding of angles as well as the angle sums theorem to find the missing angle measurements. Press play when you're ready to check your work. You know that 37 and 120 plus A has to be 180, so A has to be 23 degrees. Number 2, I would start with angle A, and you know that angle A plus the exterior angle of 150 has to equal 180, so A is 30. And from there you know that A, which is 30, plus 103 plus B has to equal 180, so B is 47 degrees. And number 3, you had to understand that this was a right angle, so this is a 90-degree angle, and knowing that 90 plus 30 plus A is 180, so A has to equal 60. So in tonight's lesson, we worked with angles of triangles, we named triangles by their angles, and we used the angle sums theorem to find missing angle measurements. At this time, review any part of the video before taking your quiz at Schoology, and we'll see you next time.
Three sides better than one. Three sides, three sides.